Today, I am a child. Have been all day. You might find that strange, but you see, I found it's better to be a child. For the longest time, I thought I was an adult until I realized it just doesn't work. Awful lot is expected. You've got to be knowledgeable, wise, responsible, and take things very seriously. I did that for a long time, until I forgot how to laugh. Most of my friends were adults, but they seemed pretty okay with it. Me, wasn't very successful. In fact, I began to even wonder if I had an aptitude for it. You know, when things are going well, it's pretty easy to be an adult, but when things start falling apart, that's when it gets difficult. My husband left me. Up until that time, I thought I was doing a pretty good job maintaining life as an adult, but when Hal left, I started to really experience something that no adult should ever have to experience: helplessness. My first hint at ineptitude. Not that I was that conscious of it then, because I was still way too busy trying to maintain that image as a successful adult. Until Charlie got sick, my little boy. He'd been sick before Hal had been there, so it was pretty easy to feel competent. But when I was alone with a sick kid, I felt very small and frightened. And it's no way for an adult to laugh. And no, but what did I do? I was determined to forge ahead, carry on. I couldn't fail at being an adult, right? Until I began running out of money. Yeah. Money is that one thing that makes it easy to be an adult. Adults have money, kids don't. So there I was, trying to be a successful adult. I was running out of money and I got very confused. And of course, I started feeling sorry for myself, which made me feel guilty and even more small, alone, and helpless, and less like an adult. I was totally ready to throw in the towel. But not quite. You see, there was this small part of me that just hated the thought of giving in, giving up, when all other indications were that my career as an adult was pretty much effectively over. Pride. Yeah. I became aware of that facet of my being when somebody suggested that I get help. Totally resisted that. I mean, come on. Adults have pride. As long as I had that, I had a chance, right? So there I was, alone in my room, confused, small, guilty, miserable, and proud. I didn't know what I was proud of, but I figured if I resisted help, I still had pride, and therefore I was still an adult, right? Until I got sick. Very sick. I was going to die. You ever felt that way? Before that point, I'm like, no adult was just going to completely cease to exist, especially not as fine a specimen as I thought I was, right? Yeah, well, I don't know, but that time, that moment, the cold, unyielding reality just pressed into me, and it was so intense, so final, so immovable that I gave up. I cried, help. All of a sudden, my entire adulthood just began to crumble beneath me, and I realized that I didn't have to solve everything all by myself. And that's when I took my first step to becoming a child again. I gave up my pride. As you can see, when I gave up my pride, I did not die. I'm still here, right? But I'll admit I was pretty confused and frightened. And so I thought back to when I was a little girl and I had to look up to somebody wiser and more knowledgeable and stronger than I was, but where was I going to find someone, something like that, right? I don't know. I looked everywhere for my child self, and all over the place. Went to all these different groups, found a guru. You know what I even did? I went to a priest, took confession. Me, the lapsed Catholic. Can you imagine that? Oh my God. Guess I was desperate at that point. Not really being an adult, but not being a child anymore. Somewhere trapped in the middle, I guess. Searching for that assurance and security that I had as an adult, but so wanting to explore and grow and find that wonder and magic that you have as a child. After running around and looking for the answers in so many different places, I just completely exhausted myself and found myself back alone in my room. The kid was sick again. Welfare check was late. Friends were away. I don't know whether it was because I was exhausted or alone, but that night I experienced the most absolute kind of despair. Hopelessness. I had no hope. And then, bang, just like that, I had this understanding that what I thought had been missing was no longer missing. From that point on, I've been a true child. It's really amazing that it escaped me for so long, but that night, I don't know, just thought to myself, you can't really be a child without a parent, can you? Exactly. How can anything so real and so beautiful be so hard to see? Yes, today I am a child, have been all day. Before that night, I must have been blind. Why do you suppose that was?